Hi guys, welcome back to my video. Sorry, welcome back to my YouTube channel. Sorry. Today's video is just going to be a very short one. Hopefully it's a short one. And I'm just going to be telling you guys, giving you guys some tips on how to find a job as a student, especially as an international student, and things for you to look out for. Okay, so this is something I really wish someone had told me before I arrived, and so let me just be straight with you. Start applying for jobs the moment you get your admission letter and you're certain you are going to go to this school. Don't wait until you land in the country. I want you to reach out to current students or alumni. They will have contacts and they will have leads and insider info on what's available, and try applying from your home country if you can, because getting a head start really gives you a real edge. I didn't do this, and because I did not land a consistent job in my grad school journey until September, and I arrived in the US July 29th, and my second job did not come until October. And so for the whole month of August, I was applying to about 10 jobs a week. I was stressed out and I was just trying to find something. Something I would say is that if you are from a country like Nigeria, for example, where the visa process is so stressful, literally was one of the most stressful period of my entire life. And my first visa interview, I got denied before I even got the visa on my second attempt. And so if you're just in that space currently where there's so many things happening already, give yourself grace. You can still get a job. You will still get a job when you get to the US. But if you have some time and you really want to get a head start, you can try to start reaching out now and applying from now and trying to find a job now. Another thing to note is jobs that last beyond the semester. I feel people don't talk about it enough. Is that some on-campus job actually close when school closes. And when school closes is when you as an international student can actually work 40 hours a week. And so if your job ends that semester and the extra time, then the extra time means nothing. And to look for jobs that run all year round. So what I mean is, like, during my time, I worked as a cashier in the dining hall. And then when school closes, the dining hall closes because students go home to their parents and or to their families. And so, like, there's no one to serve food to. And so you want to find jobs that you can use as alternatives, or you can pick shifts at that run all year long. For me, that was with the Harvard Student Agency, where I worked as a tour manager, and tours run all year. Another one was with Harvard Coop. I worked with a game day team. I sold merch at hockey and basketball games, and those happen even when school closes. Also, Harvard Athletics also had a similar setup. So maybe like sports related jobs, or jobs that have to do with like tours, or jobs that are like summer jobs or winter jobs. You have to start to apply for those jobs like in the middle of the semester. Look out for those jobs, especially, and ask your current employer or ask about your current job if they're going to be open during the breaks, and if you can pick more shifts then. If not, find ways for you to pick more shifts and get your 40 hours in, because that's when you can make the most. Since international students can only work on campus jobs during the semester, these are the kind of jobs you want to look for, and these are the kind of roles you want to look for. The next tip is your 20-hour cap as an international student. You must make it count. You're limited to 20 hours a week as an international student, so please prioritize higher paying jobs. I know it sounds obvious, but it's easy to just grab whatever comes first when you're desperate. And so if you can get a $21 per hour, $24 an hour job versus a $15 per hour job, the gap adds up significantly over a semester. So I wanted to be more intentional about that. And this also depends on the state that you're in. I'm talking in reference to Massachusetts. You have to find something within your range, so you want to make sure you get a job that's high paying. Another thing is CPT, which are off-campus internships and are only applicable to some particular kind of courses. I did the EPA program at Hoxie, and EPA, you can do CPT for your field experience. In my second semester, I did an off-campus internship through CPT, and the good news is that it doesn't count towards your 20 hours. Mine was unpaid, and it was just a few hours a week. But if you can find a paid CPT opportunity, go for it. Another thing is to notice that CPT, work 40 hours for your CPT, though you forgo your OPT training. So you want to manage the hours that you work for your CPT. Again, just keep in mind that it has to be tied to a specific course and related to your program of study. And so don't leave that planning to last minute. Mine was unpaid and it was related to my program of study. So if you find a paid one, that's also another way for you to make money. The last one and last tip I can give you is research studies. This one people sleep on, but maybe because of this kind of school I went to, they just always had something. You're always doing some kind of research. So look out for paid research studies on campus, mainly behavioral studies or things that are not going to harm you. I did a behavioral study for Harvard Business School. I think I got paid like $10. It wasn't a lot of money. And I also did a sensitivity study where they were testing a new to space. I have sensitivity, so I qualified. It was very random, and that was also paid. So stuff like that can genuinely supplement your income in ways you don't expect. So keep your eye open for those opportunities. Finally, the bottom line is to treat the job search like it starts before you pack your bags. The earlier you move, the less stressful your first few months will be. And also give yourself grace. You are in a new country or a new city. This is something new to you, and even like in terms of communication, everything, the culture is going to be very different. And so if you're struggling your first few months, everyone struggles. Give yourself grace, and yeah, you got this, and I'm rooting for you. Thank you guys for watching today's video. I will see you in my next one.